and welcome to the Astral Tourist, where I talk about astral projection, lucid dreaming, time travel, and out of body adventures. Today, I'll be talking about my astral projections last night while using galantamine. In the past, I've also used Mugwort and Huperzine A. So, just to touch on those a bit, um, I was using Lucid Dreamleaf for a while, which has the blue pill and the red pill. In the blue pill, there is mugwort and valerian. Um, I just prefer mugwort by itself in a tincture, but that was okay. Like if you've never tried it before, that was pretty gentle compared to how I like my mugwort in a tincture, which is super strong. And so the red pill, the Huperzine A, I was a long time before I ever even tried that. And, I don't have to use these things. I astral project anyway, but I thought I'll see if, they make it more colorful, longer lasting projection, stuff like that. And the Huperzine A I took in the morning. Oh, when was this? A couple weeks ago or something, just to see how it would affect me because I wasn't sure. I like to try things out before just taking them at night during wake back to bed and then find out, hey, I'm having a reaction or something. So I took that one during the day, and like 30 minutes later, I was feeling like it felt like a go to cola. I've used go to cola in the past, and it's exactly what it felt like, only like double strength or something. So I looked up the function, and they both affect acetylcholine levels. So they basically do kind of the same thing in that way. I didn't notice much during my astral projections as far as being more clear or longer. My mind was more clear during the day, and it continued into the next day. So I looked up Huperzine A yet again, and I saw that it has a really long half life. I guess it did not give me insomnia, thank goodness. And I even felt it like a tiny bit into day 3 during the day, but I didn't notice anything with the astral projection stuff that I do, and everything just seemed ordinary that way. At least it didn't give me insomnia, so I think I might try Huperzine A again at some point. The mugwort I've used on and off for years in different varieties, and like I said, right now, I'm really just loving this tincture that I have. I just use it once in a while. I've done whole other videos about this before. So, but yesterday was the first time I ever tried galantamine. So I had ordered this thing called lucidamine from Amazon. It says nootropic enlightenment on the bottle. It says it has 6 milligrams of galantamine, 150 milligrams alpha GPC, 200 milligrams of L-theanine. And I thought, wow, that sounds really strong. And after my big reaction there to the Huperzine A, I thought, if this is having the same function on acetylcholine, maybe I better just like take half of one of these. So these come in capsules. And so yesterday, I think it was late morning, I emptied out half a capsule. I thought I'm going to go easy. And so I only took half a capsule, and the capsule went back together, so that was fine. I took it, I did eat some food with it. And not too long after, I was outside, just having a walk, and I did notice, like, the effect. It came in like the Go-To Cola and the Huperzine A, and my mind just cleared up that little bit more, even though I wasn't having any trouble with mental clarity, but I could, like, tell these little minor differences. And it did not hit me as hard as the Huperzine A, again, because I only took half the thing anyway. So, but even with half, I was noticing during the day just that extra little bit of something was there. So it's active. It was being effective. So later in the day, like 2 hours later, 2 or 3 hours later, I did have a side effect happen, which made me all the more happy I did not begin using this during wake back to bed, and that's bathroom time. That's one of the side effects possibly listed for galantamine. This did not happen to me with the Huperzine A, but yeah, this thing cleared me out. I'll just leave it at that. I had a whole lot of bathroom time. It got me as clear can be that way. Um, I didn't get the nausea. It just cleared me out. And it's something to keep in mind. So, yeah, I'm really happy I didn't take it during wake back to bed because I would have been busy in the bathroom instead of trying to astral project again, right? So, um, now I know it can do that. And I think if I take this again, and I might, by the way, so I think I'll just take a quarter dose. One quarter, I think, would be more than enough. So continuing on, I went ahead and tried to astral project when I was falling asleep, and not much happened. I was really tired. Oh, and I noticed I got really thirsty, and I don't know if that had to do with the galantamine or not, but last night I was just like drinking 32 ounces of water just straight down. I got really thirsty out of nowhere, and that may or may not have had to do with the galantamine. And then I was really tired. So I fell asleep around, I guess, 11 p.m. I was too tired to even try to astral project. I thought I'll do wake back to bed. So that's what I did. I did wake back to bed. So during wake back to bed, I was laying there, doing my remember to remember affirmations, thinking about my target location outside. I did some ohms, and I did not feel like I was even falling back asleep. And I was actually feeling like maybe I should just get up and not even do wake back to bed. And as soon as I thought that, I remembered to remember that for me, that can often be a sign that my mind is awake and my physical body is actually asleep. For me, it can feel that physical sometimes. And so I always try to test it out really gently. And I thought, well, if my body's asleep, maybe I'll just try to lift my leg a little bit because I'd already tried commands like fly, float, and usually those are enough to pop me out, but not this time. I didn't even get any hypnagogic sounds, which I'll often get. Sometimes I'll get like this wonderful, blissful feeling in the crown of my head. Not there. So I had none of this. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to try getting out physically. Let's see just my right leg, if my right leg will come out. So I tried to just really gently lift my right leg. And I tried to, clarity now so I could see. And I looked, and sure enough, my right leg was hanging up in the air, just kind of floating there up in the air, not the whole thing, just up to my knee. I thought, okay, I'm going to just try to sit up in bed really slowly because I don't want to accidentally roll myself out. I've done that before. So I tried to get up, and it just felt like I usually feel when I'm getting up to go use the bathroom in the middle of the night. It felt that physical. It felt that real. It wasn't super, super intense as far as the feelings. It just felt normal, like that normal heaviness. But I know I had only seen that one leg pop up, so I'm still just going really slow, thinking I'm taking it slow just in case. I was able to stand up from the bed. I was feeling so heavy, and I thought I'm gonna walk over like I'm going to the bathroom. So I got like halfway to the bathroom, and then I decided to look around. And I looked around and the window was in the wrong place. And actually, I've seen this version of my bedroom before where there's a window on a wall that there is not usually a window. So I went over to the window to look out. It looked like it was nighttime outside. I could see the trees and everything. And I saw that it was raining and there were raindrops on the window. And these raindrops, everyone, super HD. So yay for galantamine on that one. That mean I don't usually get that kind of HD quality, and that kind of reminded me of how I was feeling earlier in the day with it where everything just kind of looked a little extra crisp and clear, like not supernatural or anything, but just that little bit more. And that's how this was. And I thought, okay, I want to go through this window, but before I do, I'm doing a reality check because again, it's feeling too just real. So I looked back at the bed and I saw my body in it, just sound asleep on my stomach. That's one of the positions I lay in. And so I thought, okay, I can do this. And the window stopped me. And so a few of my different tricks for getting through windows is just the main one actually is just not to look at it. Just don't even acknowledge its existence. So I focused on a target location outside in one of the trees that I saw out there while I was looking outside. And I went like backed up and then I went kind of at a run and then sideways through it while I was looking down and thinking of the target location at the same time. So another trick is to gain momentum. And I've covered that before too. So that's how I got through the window. And then I was outside and everything was afternoon suddenly with bright sunshine. Uh, so that's happened before too. You look out, it's one way, and then you get out, and it's a different setting. So I think I was ahead in time just by a little bit, and I often make the intention to go ahead in time so I get a little bit more astral projection time. Sometimes I come out in a different season. Sometimes it's just the difference between night and day. But again, it seemed like really bright. I could see colors. There were loads of people. Oh my gosh. And I don't think I was outside where I live at all. I think I like somehow phased into New York City. It felt like New York City. It was super difficult to fly. I tried a few different times, but I couldn't get very high up into the air. So again, the heaviness is persisting. I'm not sure if it's just because of the area or because it had something to do maybe with the galantamine, but, as far as the visuals and everything, that was all much better, so than I usually get, I should say. So the heaviness might be a side effect of it, it might not. Could just be depending on the astral area. And I noticed everybody was dressed up in these wonderful costumes. Like somebody had Picard from Star Trek The Next Generation. This other lady was in this fabulous clown outfit. Other people were just in their pajamas and birthday suits. Um, and then everything else, like these little monster outfits. It looked like Halloween a little bit, maybe like a big Halloween party. Only again, there were so many people, like I don't know, I'm guessing 10,000, but I have no clue. It could have been more, could be less and just, like, seemed like 10,000. Definitely a bright afternoon day, I could feel the sun. There was this building, and there were so many people, I thought, "Maybe if I go in the building, I can, just get my bearings a little better, just somewhere smaller to focus on." And I think I lost lucidity a little bit in there, but the projection did not stop, thank goodness. There were these brown walls. I remember I'd been talking to somebody, and then things are just kind of blurry for, I don't know, moments. And then I was in this more narrow hall, and so I telepathed around asking for help. And the guy told me to ask for this guy's name who began with a C, and that he would help me find the door to get out. And I think his name was Calvin maybe or something like that. I was supposed to ask for Calvin. So I was going back down through this super narrow hallway, and I was feeling really pressed in, and I didn't wanna try to press through the walls because everything was already feeling so heavy. I was like, started telepathing, "Calvin, where's the door? Where's the door?" And then I, like, got this feeling, and then I got this visual of claws, like large eagle claws coming through the wall, and he was telling me to grab on, and I was thinking like monster claws, eagle claws, and then it came to me, he's trying to hook me to pull me through, right? And And so I went ahead and I grabbed them, and he did. He pulled me through. I kind of saw a visual of a door on the way through, like as I was already going through it. And then I was outside again with everybody. So thanks to Calvin for getting me out of there. I don't think it was a bad place or anything. I was just not as lucid as I could have been for part of that. So I kind of missed out on what was actually going on in that building. Um, I don't know. It had kind of a work factory vibe to it, or maybe like woodworking or sculptures. I'm not sure. But those are the feelings I've come back with about that. So I continued exploring around in the crowd, and eventually I came to this person who's working on a VR game. And he showed me his equipment, which I don't remember much of. It looked really high tech, futuristic, like a setup like somebody would have on their desk with all of these metal gleaming parts and lights and things. But he said the real magic happens on the screen. And he showed me this huge screen that's like wall sized, bedroom wall sized. And you step in the screen and you have this astral VR experience. So he invited me to step through the one he was working on. And it's just like this super colorful, cyberpunky, brightly colored bedroom, like slash living room too. The place was huge. He's basically just putting together this room for his VR game. And with all the colors and everything in there and the way you can just step into it and phase in there was really cool. So future astral tech stuff is how I'm going to be putting that down as. And I stepped back out and I thanked him for showing me and he's trying to tell me something about it being a real game, like it's actually going to be happening in the physical world. But I think he's in the future. So I don't know how far away that is for us to be able to enjoy that game. And I wish I'd thought to ask him, like, which part of the future are you from, or what year are you living in? I wish I had, but I didn't think to. So I was sorry about that. And so then I was wandering around the crowds some more, and I decided to try to fly again. And that did not go over well again. And this big plane started coming at me. It was all red and white with it looked like it could have been like a World War II plane, but it was really new, like a model plane or something. And it came right at me. It went right through me. But thank goodness it went through me and I didn't even feel it. I just thought, I don't need this. And so I went back more down towards the ground. So then I'm looking around again and I saw this lady that I had seen before, and the one that was like in a big clown outfit. And I thought I better just make sure where I am, like planet Earth, right? So I went over to her and I asked her if she lives on Earth. And then she gave me this look like, why would you think I'm not human? I'm a human. I just told her about how her clown outfit was really just that good, but she was still looking at me kinda suspiciously like, what about her was not human? So I'm sorry I disturbed her, but, yeah, planet Earth, New York City vibe, futuristic vibe. Um, that's all I can think of to share for now as far as that goes. So, Galantamine gets a thumbs up from me. But, with everything, always talk to your doctor first. Don't blame me, something if you have some reaction, do your own research and all of this stuff. And happy astral travels. I got some HD, quality visuals. I'm not sure it's really worth the gastric stuff for me, but I would consider taking it again, like, on a day I'm tired anyway and want some extra mental clarity, maybe at, like, 1/4 the dose, and, um, yeah, and just see how it goes and try to wake back to bed again with that, but it'll be a while before I try that out again. So, again, happy astral travels, have a great weekend, and I will be sharing more and more